Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are here for another episode of Generational Around the podcast. Emily's here locked in.
I'm here. Locked in.
Exactly. Wen's here and locked in.
We're here, ready to go.
You're supposed to say that you're here and locked in, bruh.
Here, of course we're locked in. We've been locked in, bro. I don't even need to state that.
Bruh. It just made rain appear. That's good. Alright. Let's get right into our sports topics for this week. Football is a sport that exists. So I feel about football. Alright. I agree. The Jets are bad. They're the first team ever to hold two teams to 13 or less points and lose back-to-back weeks, so that's good. Just setting new records. Speaking of teams that are setting records for being bad, the Broncos put 33 points on the Giants in the fourth quarter. Second most that a team scored after scoring nothing in one quarter. Or the most that a team scored after, and the second biggest comeback. So, how do you feel about that?
Not a good start.
Right. What was it, like 20-7 or something ridiculous? Yeah. To then lose like that's pretty good.
I always see this stuff of how Jackson Dart gets so hurt on himself every time they lose.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't like losing.
Real. I feel that. I also don't like losing. I tweak a little bit here and there if I do. What?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting no comments from anybody on that one, so I'm just gonna move on now. How'd your Lions play? Those guys.
To be honest, I didn't check the
Bruh.
football stats of the other day.
Bruh.
I was waiting because I have a guy that talks about it at work, but he didn't mention anything about it this week. So I was just like, all right, well, I didn't get to see any of the highlights. So
Bruh.
He's pacing around his house.
I genuinely don't know how they played.
Let's see.
Hold it. Let's see.
Lions 24-9 over the Buccaneers. Monday Night Football. So
not bad.
So let's see here. Next week, there's no Lions game. They have a bye week on week 8.
Okay.
So no Lions games next week. The Jets play the Bengals, who are 3-4, and the Jets are the only team that wins. So see what happens there. And the Giants play the Eagles like they did 2 weeks ago. So, one of Philadelphia's only 2 losses is to the Giants, and one of the Giants' only 2 wins is against the Eagles. So we'll see how that goes. A lot of teams on bye weeks the next few weeks.
Just for Thanksgiving coming up, or
no, every time throughout the season they get 1 week off, but they don't have to play.
Okay.
So they play 17 games in a total of 18 weeks, so they get 1 week off. I believe it starts from week 5. Yeah. So you go from week 5, I believe, to week 13 or something. Every maybe it's week 6. No, it is week 5. It's week 5 to week 13. And everybody gets a bye within that.
Okay.
Actually, it's week 12. Or no, nobody gets a bye on week 13 for whatever reason. And then week 14, there's a bye week again. So yeah, it's week 4 to week 14, besides 13, that there are bye weeks, and basically gives every team, a nice week to just get a little bit of a break. Give them a chance to maybe evaluate, what plays they want to do, whatever. So, Lions have a bye in week 8, so this week coming up, there's no Lions game. And then week 9, the Jets have a bye week, so there's no awful football there to watch. The Giants are still on, so you can still watch New York teams get cooked. But and then the Giants get a bye week, I believe, like week 14. Yeah. So it's a while there, but real. I forgot that the Jets and Patriots have a primetime game in a few weeks. That's good. I'm gonna crash out.
Maybe they'll get the win.
Bro, no, the Patriots decided to be good all of a sudden again.
Oh well, rip.
They're 5-2, dog.
You still have 7-0.
No one's 7-0. The team with the best record is the Colts, who are 6-1, and then you have a bunch of 5-2 teams. The Packers are listed higher because their win percentage is slightly better because they're 4-1. They're 4-1-1 because they only lost one, but they did have a tie. But if we look at the divisions here for football, Jets are worse in their division. Unfortunately, the Patriots are first in that division. The Lions are second in their division, again because the Packers are 4-1-1. The Lions are 5-2, so they have more wins, but they also a tie is better than a loss. So, and then also teams that are last in their division, the Giants. So, you're the only one here with their team cooking. Fortunately, Jonathan's not here for this podcast, or he'd just be, I don't know, jerking off Drake May in the background, probably. Yeah. Bro was obsessed with Drake May. Alright. Fantasy football. Wenderland, how'd your team do?
I think I got hooked.
Yeah.
Just slightly.
Why don't you talk about it? Because you were the one that played against Wen. So.
I had 136 points to 97.7 WCTY.
Yeah.
The only person who scored good on his team was Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
he's also missing 5 bench players.
I think Wen did have someone get hurt in the game because this dude's questionable and only got 20.
There's 2 of them.
And you also had one dude who I don't know why you picked up. This Caleb Johnson dude who was projected to get 2 points and put him on your team. But
Matt Gay did real good for you and got whopping 2.
yeah. So, yeah, you didn't have. Also, again, you do have 4 available bench spots you can fill.
It's 5, doesn't it?
No, it's IR.
Oh.
You have 4 bench spots, which you can fill with anybody better than what you have now.
I think I tried filling them in last week, but I had an issue when I went and tried selecting the players.
It's probably one of those things, if you did it, you probably did it last week when we did the podcast, you and waivers, and not everybody got added.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's probably why I'm...
Because waivers, it goes through, everybody in the league. So if you want a player that I want, you're going to get that player before me, and I'm not going to get him. Because it has a waiver order right now, and I think it goes by standings. So yeah, you are second. So anybody you want, you're going to get, because the team that's last hasn't been checked at all. So you can get whoever you want, where for me, I have to go through everybody else in the league before they get to pick again.
Same.
So, yeah, and Emily's not much better because she's 6th on waiver order, I'm 8th. So basically, she has to wait for almost everybody, and I got to wait for everybody in the league. So if I want someone, I'm less likely to get them than you would. If we wanted the same player, you're going to get them.
Gotcha.
Jackson Dart alone probably would have scored more points.
Then what?
Aaron Rodgers, period.
He outscored him by 3.
Yeah.
All right, so other matchups in the league. I won 162 to 78, which was actually not the highest score this week. I did not have the highest score. My team didn't do bad besides Brees Hall. That's the only one that really kind of struggled. Broncos defense had 32 against them, so they didn't really do that much either. But other matchups, Jonathan's brother beat Jonathan. They went against each other. Obviously, we talked about you guys having a matchup. And then my dad had the most points this week with 174, which is the most in a single game as well.
Has anyone through the weeks had that many?
No, I had the highest last week, whenever I had 168.
Yeah.
So my dad's got higher. Nobody got to over 168, because that's what I had last time. Yeah, he beat my brother pretty bad. My brother had 102. He had Mike Evans, who was hurt. I think he was hurt and then came back or something. I thought he was already hurt before. Oh, he had a hamstring injury. That's what it was. So he was already injured. Hamstring injury, and then in the game, he got a shoulder injury. So that's why he got no points. So that hurt my brother as well. But, I mean, it didn't matter. He had, for some reason, he still has Justin Fields as his quarterback.
Your brother?
Yeah. I mean, he has Jackson Dart, Lamar Jackson, Steen Jackson, on there. Lamar Jackson, who is injured and had a bye week, but he didn't add another quarterback, which was weird. So yeah, he's been going with Justin Fields, who has been absolute shit for the Jets. So bad he got benched mid-game. And is likely not going to be the starter next week for the Jets. So, Tyrod Taylor is probably going to get the start. But overall, looking at the standings, I'm in a good spot here with my 6-1 record. 1 game ahead of Jonathan's brother, who has 5-2. And then Emily and my brother are both 4-3. So yeah, I'm close to getting to 1,000 points on the season. First team to hit 1,000 will be my team, because I need to score 4 points. So next week I should hit that. And I do have the lowest points against, so we've been in a good spot. 99% chance it says for me to make the playoffs, so I will take it. Yeah, Wanderland, you kind of fell down a little bit in the standings. You had a good start. You were 2-0, and now you're 2-5, bruh.
I was looking forward to that $50, the beginning of the Heat playoffs.
Yeah.
Or after the beginning of the playoffs. Yeah.
I don't think playoffs are gonna happen, bruh.
Is it still in the cards for me if I was to win out at this point, or?
I mean, this says you have a 6% chance to make the playoffs.
Okay.
Because I mean,
0.
Here's the thing: you're 2-5. Your opponent, the teams that you need to get past. Jonathan shouldn't be too hard because he doesn't pay attention to his team.
Yep.
My dad is 3-4. That's the next team that you'd be able to try to catch up to. So you need my dad to lose, and you need to win.
I don't think I beat your dad the last time I challenged his team either.
So you need to at least have 1 week where you win and he loses to get on the same record. And then if you want to catch my brother and Emily, either one of them, you need to get them to lose twice, and you have to win. So you have to win a lot, basically. You have to win. You have to go 2 more weeks of winning to get to where my brother and Emily are already at for wins. So that's the thing. You're looking at, like, you kind of
have 2 bad weeks.
And that's, you just want to get equal with them, and you have to have also, like, it's a lot because you're 7th. If you want to get, because top 4 make the playoffs. So if you want to get to top 4, you have to pass my dad, pass Jonathan, pass my brother, and pass Emily. or at least pass my brother or Emily, one of the two. You don't have to pass both of
Gotcha.
them, but you have to basically beat 3 teams. Again, Jonathan's team isn't too hard to get past necessarily, but you might be able to beat my brother's team. His team's been kind of struggling the last few weeks. This has Emily with a less projected chance of making the playoffs than my brother, even though she's got a better team. She's had the second best team the whole year. She just had some bad losses, but she's the only other person that has a team that scored 900 or more points and is almost 100 more than the team with the third most points scored. So somehow it's like, nah, she's got the 4th best odds to make the playoffs, even though realistically she should be the second best team. She should be second to me. That's the thing. She should be second to me, and then Jonathan's brother, and then my brother. So the 4 best teams are probably in the playoffs, but in the playoff spot. So again, if you
Typically how it goes.
my dad's kind of close. He's actually scored a few more points than my brother has, but so again, there's about 5 teams that are pretty good, and then we got 3 that maybe aren't as good. But again, if you do some adjusting, you can definitely put yourself in a spot to have a shot to make the playoffs. But if you're gonna do it, you have to actually like remember to do it every week and focus in if you want to try to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And like pay attention to it, because again, you had the one week that I was like, hey, you didn't adjust your team, and then well, you didn't adjust it, and then last week you kind of just had a dude who you threw in that had 2 points. So if you actually like remember to look at it like tomorrow, then you'll be in a better spot, because then you can just add whoever you want.
Oh, right.
So I can like send you a message or remind you to look at it too.
I can send him daily reminders like I did for you to drink water.
Daily reminders, yeah. Check your team, Wan. Wan, make your team changes.
Fix your team.
Come on, Wan, fix your team.
Haven't got notifications about it. Fix your team.
Yeah, basically. Alright, so that is that. Other sports. We have NASCAR, your driver, Connor Zilch, Xfinity Series, made the Championship 4. So you get your driver in every series in the Championship 4 now.
I've never had that.
You also didn't, like, watch until the playoffs last year, but... yeah, so you got that Championship 4. That's exciting. On the Cup side for racing, you got Joe Gibbs Racing with 2 of the 4 playoff spots in the Championship 4 taken up now, with Chase Briscoe getting his win at Talladega. So we just got to get Christopher Bell next week in the Championship 4. And if we can get maybe Kyle Larson, then we can have a really good Championship 4 for once, where there's not like one driver like, I hate this dude, don't win the championship. That's what I'm hoping for. But there's that. And then for other...
Is that Princess Wan? Oh, I need to screen cap that and use that as my profile picture on Earthling.
There you go. I think that's a good idea.
I'm just going to get that character sitting exactly how I'm sitting in my profile picture on X, and then just use that for everything.
I think so. I think you should.
Right.
Alright, so basketball. Basketball's starting. Today we're actually recording a little early because of the Warriors and Lakers game, but there's some good games coming up. And I'm excited to watch some Warriors basketball games.
Can't wait to watch the NBA.
Now last year we made predictions. We had Jonathan here, so he knows a little more basketball probably than Wan, which Wan should know basketball.
Was I here for that?
No, I'm white.
You were here, yes, because it was like last October.
Oh.
We made a prediction of which team we thought was going to win the championship, so we should do it again. Wan, who knows every basketball team, all 30 of them, Tell us which of the 30 basketball teams that you know.
Just start rattling them all.
No, just name one.
That should be the ending quiz.
The ending quiz is how many basketball teams can win list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but championship. Who you think? You going with Detroit?
No. I know that much. Let's see. I mean, I don't know who's doing good right now, though. So if I'm just gonna say a team name, it's gonna be like, oh, they're fucking 12.
Well, considering we're recording this before the season started by 2 hours.
Oh. Well, I don't know the previous seasons.
Yeah. If you say someone that's actually shit, I'll let you know and be like, nah. If you say someone who made the playoffs last year, like, what?
Spurs.
They were... I don't think they made the playoffs, but they have a lot of players where they have definitely a chance to do it. So Spurs isn't, like, a bad pick.
That was calling out to me, so I'm just going to stick with that.
Are you writing these down? Just so we have it, so I can make a post of it after. You said Spurs. You can just literally make a section that just says the team. Yeah. All right. What are you gonna pick for your championship prediction?
I feel like maybe the Nuggets.
The Nuggets?
Because they have that one guy.
Jokic?
Yeah.
All right. Put down Nuggets. That's your pick.
I'm about to change it in about 2 seconds.
I'm going to go with Minnesota Timberwolves. They did good last year. Anthony Edwards is wild. I think the Timberwolves have a good chance, too.
What about Karl Anthony Towns? How's he doing?
He's on the Knicks, babe.
Yeah, but how's he doing?
I don't know. The games haven't started yet. I don't know how these players are doing. The season hasn't began.
Maybe the Pacers will make it.
Without Tyrese Halliburton?
Oh, right. Never mind. He's
The
still
Pacers
out.
are not.
I forgot he's still out.
I think the Pacers are going to struggle without their best player, obviously. And then the Celtics will struggle without Jason Tatum.
Right, because he's out too.
Yeah. So, yeah, you get those injuries in the playoffs, you're likely missing most of the season the next year. Yeah. No, I think
Well, I'll stick with the Nuggets then.
I think the Nuggets are a good pick. They're going to be top in the West, along with Minnesota. The Thunder are always good picks. The West is just so strong.
Aren't the Rockets good?
The Rockets are good except when they play the Warriors.
You can't pay me You can't pay me to pick the Rockets. I hate that guy.
The Warriors are in a good spot as well. Like, there's a lot of teams that are like good.
Your rat dogs.
Lakers are good. The Kings were good until they threw it all. But most of the teams in the West are very good. So, I mean, you generally have like 12 teams that could make the playoffs with the 15 in that side. So, I mean, you take out like Portland and you're pretty much Portland and like Utah and the whole West is good. So, very excited though for basketball to begin.
He
So
could have picked the Suns or the Heat.
I forgot Phoenix exists. Yeah. No, I'm good. All right. That was our sports segment. We have another segment, a special segment this week. I had a special segment a few weeks ago in an episode. Wen, you were not here for that episode. You missed that one.
Can't believe Wan would miss it.
The special episode where we talked about my work going well. Did you end up watching that episode, Wan?
No, I did not.
Well, you're slacking,
Crazy.
bro.
Listen, I gave a whole breakdown of how that specific store is quite awful.
Delusional and ass.
How poor the management is.
Delusional and ass.
I referred to one of the managers as a bitch,
Delusional.
which is accurate. So, to just continue with their delusion, adding to the list of people that have quit or been fired, Emily got yeeted from Lowe's.
Now, real quick, before we dive into Emily's story here, I will say that I felt like I didn't need to watch it because all those things that you did say in the video, I already knew about Lowe's and how fucking trash they were based off of the 2 years plus that you worked there and put your time and effort in, and we're literally fucking given nothing back from the company.
Yeah.
I think it's, I want to add my own piece, and I know that I kind of spoke on this in the race playlist, but I think it's really ass that, for as much time as you did put into a place like Lowe's, that you truly didn't get anything from it, not any monetary gains, like not a position above what you started at when you clearly were more qualified than everybody else that was there. You've asked for more hours, you've asked for, just literally everything. We can go over a bunch of different things you've asked for, and they seem to not value you as an employee, which I find really ass in the company. You deserve better, and hopefully you can get that at Home Depot, wherever you fight you next, because that's some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, for me, obviously, it's one of those things that, I wanted to at least do full-time in lumber, that I'd, worked doing that for 3 years, and I had applied for it multiple times and discussed doing it, but they didn't want to work with me, but they'll work with anybody else. That was the thing. I didn't want to work Sunday, and I would rather close. So what do? Say, nah, we're good. We'll hire someone else full-time and give them weekends off. And then also we're going to hire someone to just be just the closer. So.
Yeah, I'll lose.
So, the dude they had to close, he, cool to work with. But it was just annoying to be like, hey, I've closed, I want to do closing. To be like, hey, we're going to bring in someone to close because you don't want to be here till 11. That was genuinely it. They said we needed a closer because I wasn't available to be there till 11 because I don't want to be at Lowe's until 11 every single night.
Right.
Again, 10 was annoying, but when I want to come home and watch basketball or make videos, everybody else is, you're doing videos with us, right? With me, you've been doing it for obviously years.
Yep.
I don't want to be like, hey, so we have to start recording at like 12, and we're not going to stop until like 2, and then we're not going to get to go to bed till like.
I remember the one time we did that.
Yeah, exactly. We're not going to just starting that late is like awful to do. And be like, okay, I don't want to get home at 11, and then by the time I'm ready to go to bed, it's like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. because I'm finishing videos, taking a shower, eating, like all that stuff. It was already annoying enough to come home at 10 and do it. So to make it even later, I don't know. It would just suck. But again, I wanted to still close. I wanted to do more. I was even going to open up my availability earlier in the morning. Like I was planning to do all that. But again, they don't value that. Again, the supervisor that I had in lumber, goated, one of the best managers I've ever worked for, or the best manager I've ever worked for. Bro's awesome. He valued the people that worked for him, but the company doesn't even value him and his effort. So, yeah, it's just it's quite awful. But Emily, you also got fired from there, just 2 weeks after I did.
What's going on with that?
So why don't you tell us what happened? Give us a breakdown.
I walked in, and they said, I was told it was some training thing, and they were talking to everybody about their training.
Well, that's probably, so the thing is, you said that you were lied to about it by the person that was the head cashier. I think that they probably didn't tell her, hey, we're gonna fire someone.
Yeah.
So they probably are talking to her about training, and it happened to be why she told you that.
Yeah. But I clocked in and went into the nice offness, and I was told that I was getting terminated because of absences from the one no call no show that the store did to itself and ruined my schedule.
Yep. They made an error,
Wow.
and she got fired for it.
Did you did they change the schedule at the last second and then expect you to be in?
Yep.
When you didn't have a ride or something?
So we have our whiteboard that we write all the days on. And
Yep.
I went through both of our schedules and I wrote the thing, and I was like, oh cool, we have a day we're both going to work together. Which I believe was
I think
actually,
you mentioned this.
wasn't it the day before I got fired? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
It must have been, yeah, because you mentioned I think this in the playlist as well.
Yeah. So they changed their schedule. Now
Mhm.
unfortunately, I think I told you I deleted the screenshot on my computer because I needed to make space. So we couldn't prove that they messed it up, but we had it written down as 2 to 7 or whatever it was, 2:30 to 7. They told her she's supposed to be in at 12:30, and then wrote it down as a no call no show, even though the head cashier that she was texting about it said, "No, don't come in. It's fine." And they got someone else, but then they held that against her.
Yep.
And then she got fired because of it, because she had gotten warnings before. Because when someone who has mental things that just need to have a break from it, that maybe other people that don't have those same issues don't need, it's difficult to say you have to use your sick hours. If you just feel mentally terrible and you're standing here crying at the end of bed about going to work, it's really hard to say, all right, I'm going to go to work now, when you're like in that bad of a mindset. And to say, oh, you have to call out and, you have to have sick hours, you got to come in. Like, if you're mentally not like functioning, I think it's just super whack. Because a lot of that, she had issues last October, that were really affecting her, and she called out a lot, and that's when she ended up quitting, because I was like, you should just call, or you should quit if you're going to do it and not get fired, so you don't have, being fired on your record. So she made that decision to quit last year, and then go back, and then all of a sudden, when she's getting a warning from the managers, that's when they're like, these are all against you from like a year ago. Even though she quit, didn't work there for 6 months, and then comes back, and they're like, yup, these call-outs are still against you. So she got fired for a combination of things that were ridiculous, from the fact that last year's call-outs from last October are held against her, and some that she literally was ready to go to work that day, and then was told not to come in, and then she gets fired because of it. I was so frustrated, because it's just like, she didn't do anything wrong, and they're firing people for not doing things wrong, and that's the issue. And we had the new store manager who comes in, who wants to change everything and be like, we're doing it perfectly by the book. That's fine. That's how you want to do it. I understand. Right. But you also have to understand that most of the people that worked in that store worked there well before this dude showed up. So we had at least over 3 years of the previous store manager who was just like chilling. Just let you do what you want, right? Do what you need to do. And he's not going to get involved and start shit. He's not here to fire people. He's trying to... There's a confrontation, doesn't want to be involved. Just figure out your shit.
Right.
So, I think last year, I was told there was like 7 warnings that were given out total. And in the time that I worked there, 4 people got fired. In the time I worked there with our previous store manager. and it took like ridiculous shit. One dude was riding the carts through the parking lot multiple days, which is super unsafe in the middle of the parking lot.
Riding the cart?
Yes, like the lumber carts just drifting through the parking lot, riding them around, stacking like 4 on top of each other. And then he also would show up like whenever the hell he wanted, because he's one of those weird like delusional aligned with the fucking moon bullshit. So if he's
that dude?
Yep, so when he was scheduled to come in like 6 o'clock, he might come in at 5 because that's what the moon told him to do. So he's
turquoise boy.
So he's the one that got fired. I know a manager called him Crack Sparrow, because he did look like he was in Pirates of the Caribbean with his fucking hair, dog. So he called him Captain Crack Sparrow.
I agree.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna just send you another invite because I don't want to dive into more of it and then it cut off.
Yeah, I got you.
You never got to see Captain Crack Sparrow, did you?
No, I don't think so.
Which manager at that store do you think called him that?
Lewis?
Yes.
That's definitely a Lewis thing.
Bruh, he even pulled up the goddamn, like, Pirates of the Caribbean with the fucking music playing and everything, talking about,
Good.
bro.
That's hilarious.
Wrong person. Yeah. Like, bro.
I'm changing my outfit.
Look at the frog, babe. It's on the screen.
Oh, be fun.
I like how you took the one that I wanted, bruh.
I changed my outfit so you can see my cactus socks.
Wow. What?
Nothing.
I love you.
I love you.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Crack Sparrow's crazy. Ooh. Alright, Wenderland is back. Alright, so besides Crack Sparrow that got fired, we had
no longer the job.
We had one dude who was sending quite sexual messages to a coworker.
Okay. Yep. His ass.
Bro got fired. One dude decided to staple the zebra phone batteries in the break room.
Bro. Oh my fucking god. That's happened at every single job that I've went to. Walmart, Target, and now Lowe's apparently there. Why do people fucking have the inclination to staple those fucking batteries?
Alright, here's this phone looks cool. You know what I'm gonna do? Staple it. Like, bruh.
I think that could.
God.
I wonder what happens if I send a staple into this potentially explodable device.
Like, oh, lithium. Oh, let's just puncture this battery and see what happens.
Basically. Apparently it started smoking in the break room or something, and he threw it in the sink.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Did he turn the sink on too?
Probably. But yeah, he got fired, and then we had one dude who was ultra delusional, and was like insanely obsessed with this one girl and didn't leave her alone ever. But then she also led him on at the same time.
Okay. Did she file any complaints?
She filed complaints, and then there was a bunch of... It was a whole big thing because he also crashed out at work multiple times. He literally flipped a car at once, started swearing at everybody. He was literally losing his mind. I helped him.
Over the girl?
Yes, I helped him.
Oh, Jesus.
I helped him move concrete, and then 2 seconds later, he's like, "Why the fuck are you wearing gloves?" And I was like, "What?" Like when we were just standing there, he was literally losing. He literally lost his mind. He had multiple times where he was out for at least like a month and a half to get mental help.
Did it work? Obviously not.
And then the third time, they're like, "Nah, bro, you gotta go."
Yeah, that's crazy.
The fact that let him come back
That's a hazard.
2 times is crazy. Yeah, no, he was very... Yeah, no, there's a lot of issues there that he had because he was obsessed with one girl who didn't say she was in a relationship, and they went, like, hanging out at lunch breaks every day, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm into her," and then she's like, "Nah, I'm good." I think they both should have been fired for being ridiculous, but whatever. So yeah, those are the only people that got fired, like genuinely, in like the 4 years that I worked there, and they all did ridiculous shit.
That's valid. And then they decided to fire you two for fuck all.
Yeah, I got fired because I sent an email that the store manager's a little bitch and got heard about, and then Emily got listed as not coming to work because they told her not to go to work. Yep. And I guess a lot of people have been quitting, from what I've been told. There's been a few people that have quit. People that are considering quitting. Other people potentially got fired.
Over the instance of... Were they just cleaning house then?
I think they are, because I think that the manager that's there wants to do things to make himself look good.
You want to know what's so funny about that entire thing? Isn't the performance review coming up too?
Yeah.
Or didn't it just come by? Like, of course, the manager gets rid of all the people that would leave a bad review on the store for the past year.
Well, that's the thing. There was the store survey just was done in September.
Right. Yeah. That's what I saw that.
Yep. Everybody's performance reviews were coming up though, but yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. The survey then, like, yeah, of course they get rid of everybody when they just had the surveys. It's like, sure, instead of actually getting rid of the managers that the people are complaining about on the surveys, actually like fixing maybe some of the like way that the stores run. No, just get rid of the people who are actually making it run every day.
Yeah. Sure. No, I mean, whatever. Those managers will get what they have coming at some point. I guarantee it. They're going to make a mistake and get themselves fired.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you can't just be that fucking negligent and like rule heavy. Like, legitimately, they're just bad bosses. They're bad.
Oh yeah, no, because again,
you can't lead a team like that.
You know, we have one of the manager who I did call a bitch, who she straight up is just a bitch. Literally is just like picks favorites with everybody. It's super obvious.
She's just fake.
Oh yeah, because she'll like come and be all like, try to be friendly with you, and then just be like a dick like 5 minutes later. But again, she does pick favorites of who, and if you're someone that's her favorite, it doesn't matter. You know, you can be a trans dude who decides to sexually harass the cashier, and we'll keep him. But you know, we'll actually let him become a cashier and then work next to the person that they sexually harass. That's okay. There's not a problem with that, but
not at all. It's actually very woke to do that, and I believe the store gets money for
probably
every single time they do some shit like that.
Yeah, but it's generally one of those things where it's like, that's the thing where you protect these people who do something genuinely bad. Generally should be fired. And not even that. He should have just been fired by the fact that he didn't do fucking work ever, and admitted to everybody in lumber that he would hide to not do work because the managers wouldn't do anything about it. He literally has admitted it to everybody. But
that's some whack ass behavior. I used to work with people who would literally do that. I'm like, bro, okay. Then when the manager comes over and asks me, "Oh, what did you guys get done?" I was like, "Well, I got done this, and this. I didn't have any help because it was all fucking off."
Generally, there'd be days that I'd be scheduled for hours together. I've not seen him once. I knew he was there because I see his car in the parking lot.
Where's he even going?
I don't know. And if he gets asked by a manager, he was translating on the side of the store.
Translating? Is
Yeah,
that
because
like
he
a
speaks
new-
Spanish.
Oh.
So he would say he's translating. He'd be like, "All right, I'm translating on the side of the store," and they're like, "Okay."
You're telling me that there's people who speak Spanish 24/7 on the other side of the store? It's like,
Yep.
why don't you just move him there and get somebody else then? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like,
Because the one manager there likes him, so it's okay.
really.
And she probably
Back
didn't.
on to
Yeah.
back on to Emily. That's some fuck up shit that they decide to fire you over a problem that was of their own creation.
Yeah, and again, no,
They use it against you.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not like for me getting fired. I'm not surprised that they are little bitches and couldn't have a fucking conversation for 2 seconds with me. So, you know, there's that, and obviously for Emily's situation to not just like, you know, listen to a reasoning, be like, hey, this is what happened. Because if they ask her what happened, then she'll be fine. But they don't ask you what happened. They just act. Because I'm sure they didn't ask you, hey, about your last call. They're just like, nah, you called out, you're getting fired.
Yep.
And I think for her,
He said we previously talked about this, and then said, so we're terminating you.
And apparently they're struggling with cashiers now, anyways. So that's a good move. Because one of the people that I know did quit was a cashier.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure.
So, yeah, because she didn't like how they treated people there.
I only have a slightly large chandelier now.
Real. Yeah, because I know she was annoyed that I got fired. I know she talked to Ellen about it the other day. So, yeah, no, the managers there are awful. And that is, again, just added to the list of places that I've been that have been poorly run. I mean, I've yet to work at a place where there's, like, actual competence. Somehow Target was the place that I went to that had the most because it was, like, 2 months and nobody did anything.
And that's actually, I would say, working at that specific Target for longer afterwards, that they never really got their shit together. They were more disorganized all the time versus where I think that the Lowe's was more organized in their corruption.
Yeah. I mean, when I worked at Target, I didn't even know who the goddamn store manager was. I seen her once.
Yeah, there was a lot of beef with that store manager when you were there, and a lot of people.
Yeah, no, I genuinely seen her once. I didn't know she was a store manager. You know, I think I seen her twice total. Yeah, one time she was in like the back room, and I didn't even know she was a store manager. I thought she was just someone that worked back there. Cause she was just standing there talking to someone. I was like, okay, no idea she was a store manager. But no, I mean, of places that I've worked, I mean, obviously I worked at we don't need to get into the small business that I worked for because those were shit on their own incompetence. But of big companies, I mean, I liked working at Lowe's the best, but the managers were just there was just a few who were awful to everybody. And then Target, I don't think anybody knew who was a manager and who wasn't because there's just people running around doing stuff.
That I also got a vibe of, like, afterwards. You get a lot of new people coming in, and then they wouldn't really know who is a boss, who isn't. Like, you kind of have to. The managers would have to, like, kind of be more assertive, except for Ben, because everybody kind of just, like, respected Ben. But
Ben's just a chill guy.
that dude was chill as hell. Like, but yeah, everybody else, they just kind of had to, like, be more assertive. So I get what you're saying with that.
And then, I mean, when I worked at Stop and Shop, they had new managers coming in every, like, few days. And the other issue was the way, because I was a union, a lot of them weren't allowed to do stuff that the rest of us had to do. So
Right.
it made a
Yeah.
weird separation between managers and just people working in the store. And that was just complete shit, because, I mean, the store managers there did the same shit they did at Lowe's, just trying to make themselves look good. I mean, here's the thing. When I worked at Target, I'm going to take you out of it because I only worked there for like 2 or 3 months. But of the stores that I worked at for longer, Stop and Shop I worked at for almost a year. We brought in way more managers than Lowe's did. Different switching in. When I've been there, to Stop and Shop, there are 0 of the same managers that were there when I worked there.
Yeah, that's not going to help either by swapping off 1 trillion managers like every single year.
No, I mean,
There's so much disorder.
it wasn't like it's been that long. I mean, 2021 to 2025, and you're telling me in that 4-year span that 0 people are the same at that store. Because I think being at Lowe's, we had, I think, 4 or 5 managers switch, like, into the store. That's it. Not that many, but yeah. No, it's just awful. But fortunately, with Emily not being there, we can close the chapter on Lowe's discussions for the most part.
I think it's a good place to end it off.
Yeah.
Swap to a new meme.
Yeah, well, that'll be, that's over. Obviously, there'll be a little bit because Jonathan still works there, but I don't know how long that's going to go for, considering he was pretty much crashing out that I wasn't there and that they got rid of me. And he was, like, investigating and talking to every person in the store about it, trying to figure out what happened. But, yeah. No, I'll leave the last video as, like, my really shitting on the managers and that. And again, it's annoying that nobody could say, to either one of us genuinely, like, what the specific thing was. But they just kind of, you lose good people and you lose people that want to also, promote going to that place. Because, I mean, Lowe's is a place that I think as a company is fine as a store. They have, it's a good store to shop at for fixing your home, but I'm not going to promote people going to that specific store or that, like, working there. Like, I wouldn't promote people working there, and honestly, like, I know it's a simple thing, but, like, through videos, I would definitely put, like, just subtle things here and there that are, a reference to that, and I'm not doing that because, you're going to treat people badly. Like, I'm good. Like, I know we had on some of the cars at Gran Turismo, there was a Lowe's logo, or we had, you mentioned, like, GTA, the truck being blue instead of orange, like, those subtle things, but that's all gone. So.
Yeah.
So, whatever. On to our closing segments. Babe.
Yeah.
What is your fact of the week?
That Porygon is the only Pokemon you can hatch and then evolve twice while it stays at level 1.
Interesting. So you can get a Porygon Z at level 1. Interesting. My fact of the week is Wan's the only one here that hasn't been fired from his job before.
I've been fired from one.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd you get fired from, bro?
Walmart?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Walmart's the only one that I was fired from. But
I forgot Wen did get fired from Walmart. Never mind. If Jonathan was here, that would apply to him then. He's only worked at one store. I forgot you did get fired from Walmart. Yeah. I kind of forgot you worked at Walmart, to be fair.
Yeah. Forgettable place.
That's why, because I was thinking you worked at, because when you were the go-karts and then you did 2 coffee shops.
Yeah, and then technically I work for Zach's Safe Company a little bit.
Technically, yeah.
Then I did.
Didn't you do the Domino's or the weed store? Which one was for?
I did the weed store first, then Domino's, then Walmart.
Yeah, see, I forget
Yeah.
Walmart in there. I think you, in my mind, you went from one to the other, but you didn't. In my mind, you went from Domino's to Target. I forget Walmart. I forget that you worked at Walmart and then moved and then came back. I kind of forgot all that.
Yeah.
Right. So when did get fired? So we've all been fired from one place.
Yeah.
All right. My
Sorry
fact.
to ruin your fun fact.
No, I have a new fact of the week. We've all been fired from a store whose primary color is blue.
Yeah, fuck blue, bro. Fuck blue.
There's my fact of the week. Oh man. All right. What is your Pokemon of the week? Song of the week, Wanderland.
Let's go with Oranguru.
Wen's just picking himself.
And we're gonna go with for the song of the week, "Do It Again" by Steely Dan.
What?
He picked his Pokemon. He picked his Pokemon early on accident because I said it to him. You messed up her note. She's crashing out.
Oh, what?
What was your song?
"Do It Again" by Steely Dan.
I said the wrong thing. I said Pokemon on accident.
Oh.
And then you answered Pokemon, and then I said song, and
I don't
then
know who he said, but that's good enough.
that's exactly what he said.
No.
Alright. What is your song of the week?
Jesus, Mama, Country Radio,
Real.
Chris Young.
I'm going with King for a Day by Shelby Lee Lowe. Alright. Wen already said his Pokemon, which was Oranguru, because Wen picked himself. Babe, what do you have for your Pokemon?
Shiny Scrafty.
Shiny Scrafty. I am going with Delphox. Now, before you send that to me, you and I have one more extra category to pick. Just you and I. We're doing an extra Pokemon of the week, but this is your Legends ZA Team MVP from your main team in the playthrough. What?
Nothing.
You get to pick first.
Slowbro.
Slowbro? Alright. I am going with Mega Greninja. Mega Greninja came in clutch so many times. That Greninja lived on 3 to win the last battle before going to the boss battle. Bro got me through rank A by living on 3. So, shout out to bro. Before we do our Can Wen Name Every Basketball Team segment,
Can't wait.
Legends ZA got a lot of hate on the internet. But I will say, having beaten the game, the main story, that it is a top 5 game for me for Pokemon games that I've ever played. And I put out a post on X of all the games and everything, and that for me is an awesome game, awesome story. It really did a good job expanding on what happened after the events of X and Y and after the firing of the ultimate weapon. and AZ and all that stuff, it really was just awesome to kind of see building on that and what really could have been probably, a third game had they went that route.
Arcade, I froze.
Real. I feel like
Huh.
it really did a good job of being that third game that X and Y didn't have, and building on the story and the ending of that game. Again, the important people, certain people came back, different roles, seeing how things went in the city. It was just awesome, and it expanded on the story so well.
I didn't know that that was the story of that game, that they kind of like went off of. I saw that there was the floette with the like the Zygarde looking flower on it,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that they like built upon the original story. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's basically an expansion. It's 5 years after the story of X and Y. So
Okay.
there's like a reference to what happened in it. Some of the people talking about like Team Flare throughout the city, things like that. You go to the Lysander Cafe eventually, which you went to in that. So there's a lot of things like that that are in it that I think was really awesome to expand on that, because that's what Legends series is supposed to be there for. They're there for the people that are more hardcore into Pokemon than just like, I want to play Pokemon casual. That's the main series games are great for that, and Legends games go deeper into things they don't go into in that, right? Because Legend Arceus is all ancient Sinnoh, right? It's Sinnoh from 200 years ago, and before the region, became big cities and all that stuff. That's what it all is, and before they have names for Dialga and Palkia and even the region. And then, Legend ZA goes into continuing the story from X and Y, and building on some of those things and giving you even a little more backstory to the characters, things like that. Like you learn more about like the AZ and firing the ultimate weapon and Floette, how it comes back, like all those things that dive more into that. So I think that's super cool. It's one of my favorite Pokemon games I've ever played. The Legends games, both of them have been amazing. So again, I don't want to go too much into more details of what happens, because obviously you haven't played the game. A lot of people probably haven't played the game, but I don't want to spoil it all. But there's a lot of things that are really awesome. And again, people saying the graphics are bad. I'm in regular Switch here. How many things have you had, graphics wise, or anything, glitches or anything bad?
One.
What was that?
My screen just froze for 2 seconds.
Her screen froze for 2 seconds, and I went into a wild area where there was a Alpha Pyroar, and it like glitched that I was fighting him, and then stopped, and then there was another one that spawned. That was the only issue that I had. Basic like game glitches that aren't like anything too crazy. It's not like game breaking. It's kind of like something you'd expect occasionally to go wrong with coding.
Right.
So
I mean, I will say the Switch 2, though, that is a nice piece. Like, it's a nice handheld device. I like that you can just take it apart with the magnets instead of the sliders.
yeah, that seems very cool.
It's so much better. Like, remembering how the Switch 1 was, like, I wish that my phone could have the, like, ability to just, like, put it on a dock or something like that, or just take parts of it off. That's sick.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely know sometime next year we'll end up getting Switch 2s, because 10th gen of Pokemon's only going to be on Switch 2.
Yeah.
But I had planned to try to save money to buy Emily one for the end of the year, but then I got fired.
Oh.
But
So thought that counts.
yeah,
Maybe Valentine's Day gift.
Valentine's Day gives you the Switch 2. Yeah. But no, I think Legends ZA is a great game, and people are complaining about that you're picking on things that aren't really like the issue, right? Again, the city setting, it seemed very weird, and I wasn't sold on playing in just the city. I'll say that from the beginning. But having played it, I don't need to go down another route. I don't need to go to another city, because they made the map so big. Like,
Plus, I feel as the game style that it is, battling like more of a RPG type, like in real world type of battle, it wouldn't really work if you did the whole generation or the whole um Alola
Kalos.
or wherever. Yeah, Kalos.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of worked in like. See, that's the thing. The games that have been open world, Sword and Shield isn't really open world till the DLC, so it doesn't count. Legends Arceus doesn't have much battling trainers because it's like 1850 Japan. So it's not people just out like they're all more like in little camps hanging out than like you know adventuring out onto like the woods. You try to stay a little more safe. I felt like a lot of the times, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little different. So they had like their camps and only certain people went out, right? It's not just like I'm gonna go out because I want to go see what's at this next area over, right? It was kind of more stay with your group where you are, do your thing. So there's not that many trainer battles in that, and then Legends ZA being in the city 5 years after X and Y, there's obviously it's modern Pokemon time, so you're gonna go fight and battle through things like that. So there's way more battling, and I think that it does work being in the city. I think that it's a great game, really fun to play. I enjoyed the last 4 or 5 days that we've just been sitting down and playing it. I've been looking forward to getting back to it since we've been doing recordings and work all day. I'm like, I want to play the game, bro. So it's
I just realized, but I do like when it's nighttime, and if you're not in like the thing, the night goes by quicker.
oh, interesting.
Like
Okay.
it just turned day in like 5 minutes.
Huh. Interesting.
If you're not in the what?
There's the battle zone.
Oh,
The way that the game was portrayed in like trailers, it seemed like everywhere would be a fight in the city, but it's only like distinct areas that everybody fights.
Whatever, I forget what you said the other day about it. How you like, or that you said they would be more like you don't know when there's would be someone.
Yeah.
I feel like it works though in those areas too, because I mean there are places depending on the battle area you don't know.
I think just having the thing pop up at the top maybe makes it seem less like likely because you're just getting told, hey, someone sees you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's a good game. Definitely worth trying and playing. And I've played pretty much every single mainline Pokemon game that's existed. The only ones I haven't played are Red and Blue and Gold, Silver, and Crystal.
you could download those on the Switch, though, right?
I don't think so. I think they used to be. It used to be on the 3DS.
No.
But
I wanted to actually play those. Sucks that they don't have that.
But those are like the only games I haven't played of Pokemon. Is literally the only one I haven't played at all is a true second gen game because obviously I played Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but played every other generation in that official generation game that they're from. So I've played a lot of Pokemon games. I'm not like jumping in here. This is my first day playing Pokemon. My first game is the best one. I've played a lot of. I can genuinely say it's top 5.
I mean, from playing all of the generations, I will say you're not really missing much with Gen 2. Gen Gen 2 ultimately, like, the game is good. It feels like just like a branch off of, like, it feels more like Gen 1.
Well, I mean, I played Heart Gold and Soul Silver, so
yeah.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver is everything that game is, but it's just also got Pokemon from Hoenn and Sinnoh. Like,
right, yeah. So, like, ultimately that game is just like, it feels like Kanto and Johto are Gen 1, and then, like, Gen 3 is actually Gen 2, and then, like it almost feels like that's, like, one generation to me.
Because Gold and Silver is almost basically just, like, a sequel compared to, like, the other ones that are all, like, their own areas.
Right, because they were going to stop at the original game, and then they were like, oh, shit, that's super popular.
Wasn't it just going to be up to Gold and Silver?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so those two were going to be that, because that's why, like, things change a little bit with everything. It's a little, like... I mean, it was a different system, technically. It was the Game Boy Advance. So it was a different system, and you had a lot of things like show and everything. Like, they went to a completely different region. Everything was very different from then on, so... And then again, at 5th gen, it kind of, like, reset again.
Yeah.
Because you had the first 4 regions that are very... They all feel very similar, too. And then from 5th on, it's all different. Because I think they also started doing different countries and stuff.
I'm hoping from 10th gen, they'll start doing just like a completely different thing, like from all the other generations. Not like how Legend of Zelda was with the battles, but like just a different concept or like completely different graphics or something that sets it apart from the other, like 5 generations or whatever it was in between 1 and 10.
I'm sure there'll be something that's going to be. Apparently, again, it's supposed to have generative islands instead of, like, this is just a set route. So you'll find different islands on your way to different places. And it's going to be a lot of... I'm sure there's going to be elements of the air and the water that maybe we didn't see before, going underwater, maybe some stuff in the sky. Who knows? All right. We've arrived at our final closing segment. Wander or Land, you have 5 minutes. How many basketball teams can you name?
Okay, let me write this down on a piece of paper so I don't spend time like saying the same ones. All right.
I get a semi.
Whatever. What?
All right.
Huh?
You can start. Get locked in, bruh.
Okay. Let's go with obviously Spurs. Let's do the Nuggets. Celtics. Do the Heat. Do the you said Kings, right?
Yep.
Kings. Try not to get football names mixed up. So no Dolphins football. In
Breaking win.
Getting Land to guess sports teams.
the Bulls.
There you go.
It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. I only have 6 too.
It's missing an obvious.
Did you list my favorite team yet?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't. That's a good team.
I can't even think of them.
It be like that.
The Warriors.
There you go.
It be like that when you have to guess shit like that.
I forgot to wear my Warriors shirt today.
Same.
Gotta get locked
I'll
in.
put it on later.
Then they play tomorrow too. We can wear it tomorrow.
Oh man. Timberwolves?
There you go.
Minnesota? Yeah.
Minnesota.
So Wen's pretty much named the teams that we've predicted to win. And said earlier.
You missed one that I said.
Did he?
Uh-huh.
Because I was trying to keep those in my head the entire time. I did forget one.
Not buying League Pass for $160 per year, dog.
What the fuck is it here in Michigan? The Red Wings?
That's hockey, bruh. It's car related.
Pistons.
There you go.
Fucking ran away. Such a retard, bro. Oh, God. Dude.
I feel like there's one more obvious one you haven't said yet.
There definitely is. Like, more than just one.
But there's one that's like a real obvious team that you haven't listed. Because you said the Celtics, but what's the Celtics' biggest rival?
The Mets is baseball. What the fuck, bro? Nope, that's football. How do you not get these confused?
Because I know which sport is which, bruh.
Because I know sports.
Alright.
The Vikings.
No. Alright. What did you write down for teams?
Spurs, Nuggets, Celtics, the Heat, Kings, the Bulls, Warriors, Timberwolves, and the Pistons.
Have you heard of this team called the Lakers before?
Oh yeah, the Lakers. Yeah, they're there.
The
They're a team.
Rockets.
The Rockets. That was the other one.
Alright. So that is when trying to name every basketball team. But yeah, good video. We'll be back for more content next week. Week 9 of Pokemon. We didn't actually go into our videos this week, but that's fine. Week 9 of Pokemon. Emily and Wan are in the championship, so they have just next week to just kind of test out some things, and then we go to week 10, which is the playoffs. So
Now we are not redrafting any Pokemon for playoffs, right?
nah, it's just 1 week. Bring what you got.
Okay.
But you got a lot of matchups to prepare for, so we'll go into that after though. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys in the next one.